Hi, kids. I hope you're having a good week. Today, I want to tell you a story, something funny that happened when I was 13 years old and I was at the movie theater. I was watching the movies, and my brothers with me. I was about 13, and my brother Sean was 11, and my other brother Hugh was about 9. And we had our friends, Fred and Mike. They were good friends of ours. Fred was just a little younger than me, and Mike was the same age as Sean. So anyway, we're going to this really scary movie. It was called Jaws because it's about a huge shark that attacks people and chews them up. And it was a very scary movie. And so I was sitting on the end, and then my brother Sean, I think, was next, and then the two O'Brien brothers. And at the very end was my brother Hugh. He's the youngest. He was 9. And so this was a very scary movie, and it's getting to a very scary part where it's nighttime, and this guy dives into the ocean to look at this boat wreck under the water. And of course, he doesn't know if that giant shark is down there or not. So it's very scary. So I look over at my brothers and the Fred and Mike, and they're all watching the movie like this. They're way down in their seats, slouched down, way in their seats like this, and they're watching the movie like this through their shirts. So they can't even watch the movie because it's so scary. They're looking through their shirts as they watch the movie. So I'm just kind of shaking my head, having a laugh as I look at them. But then it came to this really scary part. There's a scary part when he's under the water there, and something very surprising happens. I'm not going to describe it because it's too scary for little kids. But anyway, so there's this very scary part, and I look over, and my brother Sean and Mike and Fred, they're still like this. They're watching like this. But my younger brother Hugh, he's like this. He's standing up on his chair. He's in the movie theater, and he's up on his seat like this. He's absolutely terrified. He's like this. I think he wanted to make sure the shark didn't come to the theater and chew his legs off, so he was up on his seat. But anyway, there's this very scary part, and all of a sudden, this very surprising thing, scary thing happens. And everybody in the movie theater goes, ah! And I didn't see the rest of the scene though because somebody yelled my name, and the next thing I know, there was a T-shirt pressed up against my face, and somebody had wrapped their arms around me. It was my younger brother Hugh. He was sitting in my lap, and he had his chest around me, and I couldn't see a thing. It was like he's trying to get the toothpaste out of the rest of the toothpaste out of the tube because he's so scared. But I think that tells us something very interesting about us as people, that sometimes what we feel and what's true are very different things. So do you think that a shark would really come out of the water, 10 miles away and flip-flop all the way to the movie theater and buy a ticket and go into the movies and chew our legs off? No, of course not, right? We were in no danger in that movie theater, right? But up here we thought we were, right? And that's what life can be like. Sometimes we're scared by things and they're not really dangerous to us. Other times they might be dangerous to us, but we have God's promises to protect us, right? In the Bible, there are things that God says about our troubles and how God can protect us. Even when we're scared of something that's real, we can pray and ask God for help. And He can protect us and even use the bad things in life for our good. And so our Bible verse for this week is 2 Corinthians 5:7, which says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." And what that means is that just because everything in our lives looks really bad and things are going wrong, that doesn't mean that they're all going to go wrong, because with God on our side, we can ask Him for help, and He can help us. We can trust Him and obey Him. And things can go well, even though things look really bad at the time. For we walk by faith, that means we walk by trust in God's promises in the Bible and what He says, and not by sight. We just don't go judge by the circumstances around us, because God can work things out for our good, even though it looks like they're big troubles. So let's say this verse together. You repeat after me. For we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. So sometimes in our lives it can be like we're in that movie theater and we think, oh, we're in big trouble. We're really scared. But God can help us. You know, we might not be in any real danger because God can help us, just like we weren't in danger in the movie theater. So we want to trust God more than our circumstances, more than the things that are happening around us. Because even when things are really bad, God can bring good out of them if we trust and obey Him. All right? Well, I miss you guys. I hope you're doing okay. Take care. Bye.